What's up, YouTube? Blah blah blah. Deck profile. Blah 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 blah. Evil swarms. Blah 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 blah. Evil swarms. Blah 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 blah. Deck profile. Yeah. I don't normally do deck profiles that I run at locals just because I make them the day of. Like this deck profile, which is Evil Swarms. But, I did pretty well with this deck, in my opinion. So like round 1 I beat Dark Worlds, and he opened he had card destruction game 1, but I don't think it was a very good one, but still, Dark Worlds with card destruction. Game 2 beat Exodia, thanks to, Eradicator. Match 3, round 3, whatever. Fire Fist, 2-0'd, because I honestly think Fire Fist is an easier matchup for this deck than Water. But luckily for me, I got to play Water round 4, so that was cool. And then round 5 I played Prophecy, but I didn't really play him. We just kind of split because he was X1, so got some Astral Packs, pulled a Ulti-Pap, and Heavy Infantry, so that was kind of cool. But I figured I would document at least one profile of Evil Swarms before Kyrkion, Xerxion, whatever the fuck you call him. So yeah, this is the deck I ran, made on the spot at locals, or a local, I guess, and did pretty well with. This is, of course, like I said, pre-Kyrkion, whatever you call him. I'm going to call him Kyrkion, because why not? I do have one. I picked one up that day, actually, but I need 1 to 2 more, would be nice. And I will do a deck profile showing my version with this, because this is my deck for next format, so yeah. Anyway, getting into the deck profile, it's, I think, if you guys have seen Evil Swarms before, fairly similar. But there's some certain techs that make it worth staying for. So we got the obvious 3 Heliotropes, 3 casters who lets you normal summon some more. I actually did some cool things. The Dark World guy main decked Rivalry of the Warlords, and I ended up like normal summoning 2 of these and going into Gagaga and swinging over, and I actually beat him with a Gagaga Cowboy and the casters. It was an interesting play. He had like a Trigo out at 33,000. And that might sound like, oh, a bad Dark World player, but this dude's actually like pretty good. Anyway, 3 casters, he's your normal summon dude. 3 Thunderbird, which I might cut to 2, now that the format is changing a bit. But during this format, Thunderbird was like the best grind card I've ever seen, so probably better than Wind-Up Rabbit, I honestly want to say. Close. I never had him get run over at 1650, because you can always like find a way to start a chain link. Like, even if you have D prison, you can just run away. Next we got 2 of the Mondragos. This is the guy with up to 3 if I cut Thunderbird. Or I'd throw in like a 3rd Xerxion. I don't know. But the Mondragos were good. I didn't like, I don't know, sometimes you can draw these at awkward times, but I usually only, I don't know, I drew these whenever I had monster cloggy hands, and I guess it just helped me special summon way too many monsters, which is good, I guess. So yeah, there was that. Then we've got 2 of the Red Tongue Skonking Chen Rescue Rabbits. Gotta pick these up in secrets before the format. And we've also got 2 tour guides. The idea behind this was, if my opponent opens a rabbit, I want to open rabbits, and tour guide does that. Tour guide is also a good 1-card combo, and considering this deck doesn't have any yet, until this guy, hint hint, this guy is their 1-card combo, but until then, they didn't really have anything, so I was using tour guides. I mostly just went into Zen mains with this. I think when I sided macro, I would go occasionally into Leviair, but, I mean, whatever. And finally, we finished it off with a card D. I don't know, I think I got this off 1 time in all of the games. And that's only because I drew it 1 time. It's actually a really good first turn card, but I always sided out games 2 and 3, so that probably is why I didn't draw it too often. Regardless, moving on, let's do the spell cards. So, as you know, Evilswarms have a searchable Forbidden Lance, almost, and it is in the form of this guy, Infestation Pandemic, so of course I ran 3 because it's so good. But in addition to that, I ran 2 Forbidden Lance and a Forbidden Dress. I probably would have run 2 Dress, 1 Lance if I had another Dress, but worked out fine. I think at the local I didn't even run 2 Dress. I ran a Duality and these 2 guys, but I never drew Duality, so I figured Lance would be better. Next we've got Darkhole, Monster Reborn, and Reinforcement of the Army. I thought that was Heavy Storm. Oh, there's Heavy Storm. Alright, so your 4 one-ofs, not counting Dress because these are like actually specific limited to ones. Rhoda, obviously, for the caster, and then there's the other shit. And finally, 2 MSTs, Mystical Space Typhoons. Get your combos off, plays going. I don't know if I'm going to run these next format. I still have to decide. I'm actually leaning towards no to run more traps, because I really like traps. But whatever. Moving on to the traps, we've got the Solemn guys, the old guys that fuck shit up. 2 Torrentials, 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. These are all like pretty standard. But this isn't. 2 Breakthrough Skill. I opted not to run Fiendish Chain, even though I probably should have since I cited macro. But I actually really like Breakthrough Skill. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This card helped a lot. I don't know how often I used the second effect, but I know that like when I was running this card with windups, I used it a lot at my other local. Today, it mostly just helped against like the Mermail guy. He like went Diva, and I was just like, no Diva for you. And so that messed him up. I'm trying to think of who else I used it against. Maybe I used it against a Tragodia, the removal thing, and I just like ran the Trag over at 0. But whatever, Breakthrough Skill, I think it's pretty good. It's going to get better, so I'm going to keep it in. 2 Mirror Forces, that's pretty normal. I like running traps, like I said. 2 Deep Prison. The Safe Zone I don't even count as a real trap, but Safe Zone put in work today in the Fire Fist matchup. And, well, didn't really get it off too well any other time, but that was because like I didn't see it enough, so I might bump this up to 2. And then this card, I fucking hate that I ran. I'll probably get rid of this. I know I will with Circeon. So Starlight Road. I never got it off. I think I sided it out a lot because I didn't really care for it. But moving on to the extra deck, we have 2 Ophions. It's this guy Bahamut, who's like a big guy. We got Ouroboros, who I summoned like 1 time against the Exodia deck, just because it's Ouroboros. Thanatos, the guy I should have gone into against Fire Fist, but was like, I don't know, I don't make him nearly enough, and I probably should. Emerald, never went into it, although I have gone into it before playing this deck in the mirror match. I don't know. It's cool when you can summon a vanilla. I actually use him for that, too. Then we got Black Ship of Corn. I never went into that. Cowboy, I went into several times. He was very good. Dweller, I think I made once because I reborn the Mermail guys is like Abyss Pike or whatever. Maestroke, good card, obviously. Shockmaster, I went into, so he's staying. And lastly, Gemnite Pearl. So there weren't enough rank 4s in my opinion. I will be adding. What is it? I'll be adding these guys for sure, and this guy. I think I will be adding these 3 post Circeon or whatever, because I feel like they all would have helped today. But anyway, because I won't be running Tour Guide. Anyway, running rank 3s, I ran the Leviair, like I said before about the Tour Guides, and the Zen Mains, because those are really the only good rank 3s you need. And lastly, a Stardust for the Starlight Road that I regretted playing. So, that is it for the deck profile. If you want to see a deck profile with this guy, let me get a thumbs up. Then I want to ask you guys to rate, comment, and subscribe below. hope to make more videos, and I will see you guys next time.